Hey guys, how's it going? Otaku Mike here, back again with another video for you guys. Again, we're doing another manga first impressions. And today we are talking about the new manga, Kaiju No.8. But I don't have the manga in my hands. I read it digitally on the Shonen Jump app. It's the new thing everybody's talking about, and I was like, what the hell? I'll give it a shot and check it out. I normally don't read my manga digitally, but I decided, what the hell? I'll give it a shot, see how it is, It was a really, really interesting manga, to say the least. Well, what is this manga about, actually? Well, this manga is about a world where kaiju attacks are a normal day-to-day thing. We have this government organization that basically fights off the kaiju using these really cool Gantz-like power suits, and they are basically defense for the kaiju. And we meet our main character, who at one point wanted to be, all he wanted to do was fight kaiju, but yet he didn't get the opportunity to do that. We meet our main character named Kafka. He's around 32 years old. He loves the thought of, fighting kaiju. He's wanted to do it his whole life, basically, but he kind of washed out of the kaiju program and basically failed at trying to get into, failed at the exams that they had to take to, go to fight kaiju and qualify to be kaiju. So what does Kafka do in return, for like with this kaiju stuff? Well, I'll tell you what he does. He basically is part of the cleanup crew, which I thought that was a very, very interesting point of view. He's basically kind of like, if you ever heard of Marvel's Damage Control, they were the people who cleaned up all the messes in the Marvel universe whenever anything happened in like a city or something like that. But they clean up and dispose of the kaiju. They either dispose of certain parts of the kaiju, or certain parts of the kaiju go to basically research and the kaiju and develop new ways to fight the kaiju, because there's all different kinds of kaiju. And that part was actually really fun to read, because seeing how like everybody hated doing like the intestine jobs and going cleaning out the intestines, because apparently that's the worst part. There were censor bars everywhere for that. But he gets partnered with this young kid. He's like 18, 19. He gets partnered with him. His name is like Ikawa, I believe his name is. And on their way, or as they're finishing this job, they get attacked by a kaiju. But they basically barely survive the kaiju attack. Kafka decides he's going to try to hold off the kaiju with the steel pipe, because obviously that's what you do when you fight a kaiju. You just get a pipe and you hit him. Actually, they kind of drop kicks him at one point as well. But they barely survive this encounter. They end up in a hospital together. Turns out Ikawa wanted to be a part of the defense force as well. He didn't make it. And they basically kind of make a resolve to try to do it together. And at this point, this weird bug maggot thing flies into Kafka's mouth, turning him into a kaiju. Yeah, that's a little weird to think about, having something go down your throat. Like, it was huge. But after he turns into the kaiju, Ikawa freaks the F out, and they're both on the run. They end up fighting another kaiju, and he's starting to learn how to control his powers, because he has like some kaiju powers. He doesn't really know what they are. And it was really interesting to see that and see how somebody would actually react to that. I picture I would probably react the exact same way if that happened to me. But it was really cool, and they both decided to go to try out for the kaiju exams again, because the cutoff limit just changed to 33, and Kafka's limit, or his last chance, is like in a year basically. But yeah, and then that's kind of where the manga stops, is them, or at least the chapters that I read, because I haven't read the first 5 chapters, is them trying to get through these exams, which were really cool. And I really like seeing all of the other characters that showed up in this exam. It was really cool, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where exactly this manga goes, because it's such a unique premise that I don't think we've seen in manga, maybe ever. I don't know. Please comment and let me know if something else has been like this, because I really don't know. But to end this video while I was rambling on, I really liked the artwork. I liked the convey of scale that they had between the kaijus and like the city and the people and whatnot. They had really nice scale to them. I thought the kaijus were hideous and disgusting. I like the fact that we got to see them talk about the kaijus and, dispose of them. And, I really like that aspect of the series, of them going in and cutting up these kaiju and disposing of them and whatnot. And, talking about their experiences, doing this job, this dirty job that nobody really wants to do, just to say the least. I liked the interactions and the sort of rival / friendship between Kafka and Ikawa, because Ikawa is more of the straight man, and Kafka is kind of the brash hero type. The comedy between them was like really funny. There would be these points in the manga where there would be like this cool kaiju fight, then bam, smash, out of nowhere you get like this really funny comedic scene between people interacting with Kafka in his kaiju form, and Ikawa having to like kind of deal with Kafka's like stupidity at points almost. It was a lot of fun. Like there was a part where they were running away and he had to take a leak, and he didn't know if he could take a leak because he was like, I don't know if he had anything down there or not, but it was cool. But eventually he can like kind of control his powers, and he looks human, so he has to worry about, people finding out who he actually is. I'm pretty sure later on they will find out who exactly he is, and he'll be part of the team and whatnot. It was. But anyways, as I've rambled on probably enough, I really enjoyed this first couple of chapters. I probably will read more of it when it comes out, or I might just wait for the physical copies to come out, because I feel like it's gonna be even better to read physically, because I had to read it on my phone to read it, and there were times where my phone was this big, and the panel was only that big. But it was okay to read on the phone. It wasn't like terrible. It was just something that I don't prefer. But I recommend everybody go check it out. It was a lot of fun. It'll be interesting to see, because I know a couple people have talked about it as well. Lion from Hobbies of a Man has talked about it. I think East Coast Manga has talked about it as well, but I've only watched Lion's video, and he actually made me want to read this, even though I already actually like kaiju. I think we need more kaiju manga. That would be cool, yeah. And we need more kaiju manga. Yeah. But this was a lot of fun. I liked it. It was a hoot and a half. It'll be interesting to see where this goes and how his relationship develops with all the other characters. Because there were other characters that I didn't even talk about, like a character from his past, who's a childhood friend, who's already in, who's like the top of the division that he's in, or he's trying to get into. it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I want to see what kind of powers Kafka actually has when it comes to kaiju stuff, because that'll be really interesting. I feel like the mangaka has a lot of fun with that aspect of creating is Kafka himself reacting to his own powers, and you know, in the situation he's in, it's really a really fun situation. I think I don't know. It was a funny thing, you know, with like the slapstick and, you know, him, you know, opening a door and it basically broke like half the wall at one point, you know. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where exactly this manga goes. You know, I'm sorry if I'm rambling on a little too much. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. OTAKU Mike out.